Well, I was at this rock where I found this layers of jade before, and I was thinking to myself, man, I wish I had some way to just chisel some of this off here. And then I realized that in my pocket I always carry around my sledgehammer, which is a lucky thing because you know, times like these it comes in handy. So I thought we'll just take a little piece. Today, the light and the moisture on all the rocks. Look at what we've already gathered. And just hit a spot on a new beach here. And it is just awesome. It's a little bit more of a climb down, but it's super rich in the goodness. Oh man, it's like 3 beautiful stones at a time. Oh, I almost thought that was a tool there for a second. On a day like this, it's hard to decide what is good and what isn't. I want them all. Right next to where I picked another one up and then didn't see it at first. A wedge. Mixes that are on this beach. You see that? Oh, such good colors together. Hello, quartzy, agatsy creature. Some sort of calcification in there, looks like a pair of lips. Look at the reds and yellows in this jaspery one. This is how it goes. I'm sitting here holding this in my hand. And I realize I'm looking at the edge and I'm like, hi, edge. And I kind of look at it like that and I'm like, hey. Excuse the traffic, we're close to the road. What I'm saying is this could be a really old tip. The piece taken out here and the tip knocked off and then rounded down a bit, but do you see it? There's the base. There's the butt, there's the point. Imagine it doesn't have that notch out of it. Well, this is one of those. Not ever going to be able to say either way or any way about it. It's pretty soft stone, so if it was sharp for a day and useful, there's no way to prove it was ever anything now. But it's got that particular cool shape to it, doesn't it? Anyhow, we'll bring it along. You guys think that one's cool? I think that one's cool. It looks like the the Superman crest. Or a heart. Basically, when you're out looking around, if you want to, help your eyes spot the potential artifacts or arrowheads that are around, what you can do is look at the stones that are in the region that they made them out of. And I'm finding chunks of this everywhere that you can see its natural breaks, and then you can't tell if the river started it or if Native American did and then they tossed it down. But anyways, that's the type of stone. You can see it. Here's another one. You can see the big flakes out of it. So as your eyes start to identify the type of rock and you look in these gravel beds, then you're scanning for just that type of rock and checking them. Check them, because half the time they can be a tip. So, here's a piece that's obviously too small, but it catches my eye out of everything. And that's kind of what you want to do, is high grade your eyes for the type of stone and then the shape of stone. And that'll get you way more classified down to what you're looking for on a beach like this. So I know I show you lots of rocks with holes in them in my videos, and I say that they're Indian grinding bowls. Not all round holes that occur in rocks are. Most of them aren't. It occurs naturally. You can see a grain in this rock. I don't know if you can make it out. It breaks in an ever smaller circle. That's the original fracture. This rock has circular grain to it. It's eroding in circular patterns, and these spots are where, when the water's coming down, an eddy is in here because the water's slapping against here and it's flowing and it's scraping it in a circular motion. So this is the bottom of a whirlpool, and the side of a whirlpool basically is what you're seeing. And these can look a lot like them, but generally you'll know a grinding hole because it will be deep. It's going to hold about a quart jar of material at the deepest. If they go deeper than that, you'll see a shallower pit started right next to it. And you know, this is could have been utilized. I'm not saying things like this weren't utilized. You know, anybody would have. I would if I was doing oaks. I'd come down here, I'd grind in here. But the shape of the stone and the amount of use is going to eat the hole down in a particular shape. But that's what this is. It's the bottom of an eddy, so there's round rocks in here swirling around and swirling around because the water is hit here and forced into a whirlpool before it goes downstream. So about 99% of them aren't, and the ones that look like a quart jar that got drilled down in there are. This one's got a cool little drain notch on it though, huh? Makes you wonder. But you can see all the other spots. All the rocks around here will have them. You can go down whole river systems that just have 1,000 little holes. When we're hunting gold, we actually look in the bottom of them because when the rocks swirl around there, water comes over. Anyhow, that's where the heavy stuff goes. Just wanted to point that out. I say, here's our jade nugget for the day. I also see one. Oh, where'd you go? Right there. Goosh. But first, this one. Look at that.